Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Pre-Calculus. We are looking at a problem where we have to find the oblique horizontal asymptote or the vertical asymptote. Okay, so like this number four. All right. So the first thing first is find our vertical asymptote. A vertical asymptote. Write your equation as a line. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we have 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, right? Vertical asymptote is where the denominator is equal to 0, provided that we can't cancel anything. I will say this, I don't think this cubic is factorable. Okay, like if I'm looking at first pair, second pair, there is an x squared here. We have a 6x minus the 13, but there's nothing here that's going to be able to match it. So we could do a more exhaustive search, but I think I wrote this problem in such a way where it's like, these are not, there's no common factors. Okay, so given that there's no common factors, or inspecting that there's no common factors, we're going to go ahead and check the denominator to see, can we set this thing equal to 0? Okay, so we're going to have to use the AC method. Okay, that's 2 times 2 is -4 here, 2 times -2. I need two numbers that multiply out to -4, but add up to -3. How about -4 and 1? -4 plus 1 will give me -3. So we're going to rewrite this quadratic as 2x squared minus 4x plus x minus 2. All right, that's the first thing we're going to do with this. So now we're going to look at this as first pair, second pair. So I'm going to pull out a 2x under the first pair. So that's going to be an x, because 2x's is gone. And I pulled out a 2x, so that's going to be 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we have x minus 2 plus 1 times x minus 2. Okay, at that point, the x minus 2's are common to both of these people. We can sweep them out front and have our x minus 2 times 2x plus 1 to factor by grouping. Set this equal to 0 and go ahead and solve. We have our zero factor principle, so we can say that x minus 2 equals 0, or 2x, is it plus 1? Plus 1 is equal to 0. So we can say that we have x is equal to 2, or 2x is equal to -1, or x is equal to -1/2. Take as many steps as you need to solve these equations, all right? But those are our two vertical asymptotes, okay? Next, we have to check to see what kind of horizontal asymptote do we have, okay? It's unlikely, okay, that you would have both a horizontal and an oblique asymptote. We could build one. It's going to take us a piecewise function in order to have that. This is not a piecewise function. So it's going to have one or the other. It's going to have oblique or horizontal. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with this. So what's the degree of the top? It's 3. The degree of the bottom is 2. The top is 1 bigger. We are going to have to do polynomial division, which is everybody's favorite thing to do. So let's go ahead and set that up. We have 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. So we have, here we go, 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 divides into, okay, remember doing long division, how much fun this was? So we have 6x cubed, okay, 6x cubed minus 13x squared, I believe. Still checking it. Yeah, 13x squared plus 5x minus 1. Okay, plus 5x minus 1. Okay, and then we just have to go through the motions of doing this polynomial division. 2x squared goes into 6x cubed at least 3x times. All right, and then we're just going to go through. We're going to multiply the 2x squared times the 3x. We get 6x cubed. We have 3x times 3x. We have minus 9x squared. We have minus 2 times 3. We have minus 6x. Okay, we're just multiplying each of these pieces by our 3x in turn. The next thing we do, because our division algorithm says, subtract. So we have 6x cubed minus 6x cubed, that's 0. These should always cancel. We have 13 minus a -9. So we have -13 plus 9 here. So I believe that's going to give me a minus 4x squared here. Okay. 5x minus a -6x, 5 plus 6, that's going to be plus 11x. Okay. And then the 1 just comes down because there's nothing for it to interact with. Next part of this thing. How many times does 2x squared go into negative 4x squared? How about negative 2 times? Okay, so we're going to have 2 times 2. That's going to be 2 times negative 2. It's going to be negative 4x squared, right? Just multiplying through. We have a minus 6x here, minus 6x. Negative 3 times negative 2. Sorry, positive 6x. Be careful. And then negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. And again, we're going to subtract. Okay. If I have 4x squared, if I have an IOU and I take it away, then we have 0 left. Okay. So here we have 11x minus 6x. I believe we have 5x's left. 1 minus 4 is going to be negative 5. At which point we could look back at our divising and say, a divider rather, say we have 2x squared gives us the 5x, and I'm afraid it doesn't. So my oblique asymptote, or my slant asymptote, depending on your book, asymptote, okay, is y equals 3x minus 2. Now, we could do more stuff. We could see, does the function skip its asymptote, jump over its asymptote? Should we graph the function? The problem specifically says do not graph. So we've done the two things it has asked us to do. Stop there. All right. So that's how you do this problem. We're only finding asymptotes here because the test is long enough. It doesn't need to be longer. So that's where we end our problem. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.